I went, oh, bloody Nora. It's a bit bright. I need one of those ring lights, to be honest. That'd be nice. What can you do? We make do. But Boro v Blackburn. That's what's happened. Well, it's happened. The game's already happened. What hasn't happened is my match reaction. Our match reaction at the OurMFC channel. You know, closing the name, guys. Switch on, you know. Let's do a little warm-up. Come on, shake it off. It's like school PE, I think. I can't remember. I only left school like 3 years ago. Well, unless you cut A-levels, but I didn't do A-level PE, so, you know, I don't know where I stand, viewers. Old people on the bus, generally. It's a funny joke. You should always stand up for old people on the bus. Let have a seat. Or pregnant people. Anyway, I was trying to think of a way I could transition from pregnant people to this game. I can't. Pregnancy, 9 months. It feels like I haven't lost in 9 months. There you go, viewers. That's a transition. It's a segue of some sort. I don't know. But we have lost now. How many games unbeaten was it? You know what? I should start doing research. Well, I have. I just forgot to check this. It was 8 unbeaten in all comps. The last loss being that fun one against Preston North End, where was it Ched Evans who I was taking the mick out of for his name being Ched Evans, and then he scored, and then Emil Rees scored 4 minutes later. That was a fun game. Remember that? I sure do. That was typical Boro. That was. This, I saw someone saying it was. I don't know if it was. It depends. It depends what you class as typical Boro. I mean, in terms of us being on a good run of form and then losing it, yeah. That's, well, to be honest, for the last couple of years, we only got into a good run of form. But, you know, what would you class as typical Boro? Because I don't think this was a massively disappointing defeat. You know, Blackburn are now second in the league. I think they could drop down to fourth if QPR and Bournemouth win their games in hand. But they're a good side. They proved it, despite us having 68% of possession. Clearly a game plan from them, because with that 68% possession, we mustered up 9 shots to their 15 and only tested the keeper once. That's great. That's what you want. Yeah, there it is. They're second in the league now. Like I say, if QPR and Bournemouth, win their games in hand, Blackburn will drop down to fourth. Oh, shock horror! What a nightmare for Blackburn. Yeah, they proved themselves to be a good side. Missing Ben Brereton Diaz as well, who has scored 20 goals this season. I think the frustrating thing is actually that, according to SofaScore, Blackburn had no big chances, and I'd probably agree with that. But we'll get onto that more later. So I'm not being rude, by the way. I've got notes on my phone. I'm not. Okay, I'm not. I've just propped it up. I'm not texting. Okay. I mean, I can't text with the power of my mind anyway. That would be impressive. My notes. So we'll just run through what I've written here. We seem to be going quite direct a lot in the early stages. Now that is something I noticed, and I think that is something to do with. If I do a little share screen, we're sharing a screen. This is the screen we're sharing. It's a lovely screen, I'm sure you'll agree. Just a bit of stats. So what I want to look at here, there's the lineups, by the way, if you're interested. We're going to look at, now this is roughly the average positions. I've got the average positions from SofaScore on my phone and put them into tacticalboard.com. Lovely adverts there for do your COVID testing, guys. And if you want some help with, you know, domain names, there's a bit of Ionos at the bottom, but or just, you know, contact Jordan. I'm sure he'll help you out. I don't know what he does. Something to do with computers, isn't it? Ask him or don't. It's up to him. There's a football here. We'll put that in just for effect in the back of our net. Yeah, that's fun. There you go. Tucked nicely into that corner by Sam Gallagher. Not from there. He was about here. So yeah, this is roughly the average positions of the game. Is Sam Gallagher number 9? Sorry, I put him as a number 9. Is he wearing the number 9? I'm doubting myself now. Oh yeah, he is. Okay, that's all right. Yeah, so what I noticed was, if you look here, Johnny Howson is quite deep. Now I looked at recent matches. I took the Nottingham Forest game as my example, because in that game, I mean, that's widely regarded as our best performance this season. And in that game, Tav was kind of there, Sparrow was kind of there, Jones was a bit higher up, kind of hanging about out there. It was Watmore, not Connolly, but it was right up there. And crucially, Howson was just past the halfway line there, kind of dictating play as that deep line playmaker. You know, let's have a look. Let's look at his player statistics in this game. You look at his heat map there, it's quite deep. A lot of it focused around that area. What have I done? Bloody hell, what am I like, eh? What am I like? I just wanted to drag him across, but I can't. Close that. Let's have a look here. Yeah, 50 touches in the game. Quite a lot of touches, but and 30 accurate passes, but no key passes. I mean, Howson probably not the one who is going to be making those key passes a lot of the time. I can see that argument, but what are we looking at here? 30 accurate passes. But yeah, basically the key thing is Howson's positioning here. Like I said, I noticed we were going quite direct in the early stages, kind of looking to get it forward quickly, because they made this box here in the area Howson normally wants to go in, with the likes of Buckley dropping in and Gallagher as well dropping in, and just basically creating a box around where Howson wants to be. It meant Tab was just in between those two. So I'm just going to move everyone back to roughly where they want to be. Howson being a lot deeper is, I think, the key reason why we didn't win this game. We didn't really impose ourselves on the game. There were quite a few misplaced passes as well in the early stages. Can we have first half? Let's have a look. What, 76% pass accuracy? Second, 77. Okay, so it's roughly the same. But as you can see, first half, 32 long balls, only 7 of them successful. Now, what do they class as a long ball? That's the thing, who knows? So many hypothetical questions here on the OurMFC YouTube channel. Real brain teasers. Yeah, as I'm saying though, Howson, normally you want him up here, kind of dictating play, spreading it out to the likes of Tavernier and Crooks, getting it out to this right-hand side where. And the dangerous parts of our game, again, were down the right-hand side. Crooks, Dykesdale and Jones, of course, are providing, combining really well on that side and creating danger. But we couldn't really get that. Yeah, they stopped us very well, I must say. Another thing I kind of noticed, we're going to try and use this tool here. There we go. Oh, I'm learning things. Connolly and Spohr are very close together. Like I say, in the Forest game, you had, I think it was Watmore right there and Spohr dropping a bit deeper as a kind of like deep line forward and advanced forward for any of those Football Manager fans out there who love a 2 up front partnership. Oh, beautiful stuff. Sorry about that, guys. Have a swig. A quick water break. Well, that's good. But yeah, no, in this game, they were really quite close together. I've got to say, from what I've seen of Colony, I'm not a fan of Colonies either. I want to make that clear. I prefer Connolly to Colonies. Moving on. Yeah, I'm unconvinced by Aaron Connolly so far. I do think when I've seen Balogun, I think Balogun's looked a better player. I noted it when he came on. I mean, for starters, his position, this isn't his number, but his position was kind of right up here. Now, obviously, he was playing for less time, but when he was on, he was really kind of stretching them in behind. There you go. He's 47, not 11, but you get the picture. But yeah, I've written down here, he looks very silky on the ball. Nice touch and turn of pace from on the 83rd minute, winning us a corner after some kind of pretty mild shouts for a penalty. Yeah, I think I'd quite like to see Balogun start next game, because I feel like he does look the better player out of him and Connolly. I've still got faith in Connolly. We still believe in the lad. We're not going to get on his back. Just, I'd quite like to see Balogun given a shot. So my thing with Connolly is I feel like he doesn't really press as much as Watmore. And I don't think, and I feel like at what he wants to do. Balogun might be better. I mean, can we see Precious here? No, we can't. I mean, he only wins. He's only won 3 of his 8 ground duels, and 2 of his 6 aerial duels. Now he's not going to win a lot of aerial duels. That's not what he does. But in terms of what he does in trying to get in behind, yeah, I think him and Sporar haven't really developed that connection yet. Yeah, as I say, they were really quite close together. It's something I tweeted out, just kind of thinking, yeah, you don't want them really close together because it makes it easier for the centre backs. I mean, you look here, this number 25 here, who is 25 Van Heck. What's he called? John Paul Van Heck. Oh, wonderful name. And Darach Lenehan. Dara, I don't know how you pronounce it. Is it Dara? My dog's barking. Yeah, but it made it quite easy for them, and I have walked him and fed him, by the way, so you can actually hear him. We're going to continue. I'll go and check on him in a minute. But yeah, it made it quite easy for these centre backs with them so close together. You know, if you've got Sporar dropping in there and Connolly in behind, it gives them a decision to make. Do they go with Connolly, or do they, move in with Sporar, or do they just try and stand off completely? You know, it causes confusion in the centre back's mind. It makes them make a decision here. If they're so close together, they could just kind of like, well, we can just, they can just kind of stand there. It just makes it a lot easier for them with them being so close. So yeah, Balogun to start next game, please, Chrissy. Something I did see was people saying, I responded to someone on Twitter who was saying that Tav should be dropped for the next game. Now, I disagree with that. I think Tav was actually pretty good. I mean, he did pick up a yellow card, which was something. We've got a lot of yellow cards. I think mainly because of them in transition. A lot of these yellows were from us, kind of tactical fouls, bringing them down to stop them hitting us on a counter. It's not what you want. But yeah, Tav here on a 7.5, our best player according to SofaScore. And would I agree? Possibly. You can see his heat map there. He's all over the place. One thing you definitely can't not with Tav is his energy and his drive. 65 touches in there. Not a great pass accuracy. I'm not going to argue with that. Big chances created 2. And how many big chances do we have? I believe it was 2. Big chances 2. So Tav created our 2 big chances, which is the point I made to that person on Twitter. I was like, are we not going to talk about how he set up both of our big chances with deliveries from set pieces? First one cleared off the line from Crooks. The second one, Crooks should score. Arguably should score both of them. Tav could have had 2 assists. Probably should have had 2 assists. Again, that possession lost stat, I think, is quite misleading because he's taking set pieces, he's taking corners, he's trying risky passes, he's trying to dribble through congested areas. That kind of position, you're going to lose the ball a lot. And I think the corners thing is key. The fact that, when you're taking corners against a side with the size of Lenehan, Van Heck, Wharton, Gallagher, some big fellas in there. We're not going to win a lot of those headers. When we do, be ideal if Crooksy scored them, but I'm not going to get on his back either because he's a bloody hero, as Matty Crooks. Yeah, so I don't think Tav should be dropped next game. Maybe Crooksy, who had a 6.3, not a great game, as you can see. That heat map again, a lot down the right-hand side, where we're dangerous as well. Him and Jones combined really well together. I would be interested to see Martin Piero coming in, to see if him and Jones could have that same kind of impact on that side, because ability-wise, I think Pajero looks quality from what I've seen, which isn't loads, obviously. But does he have that connection with Jones like Crooks does? I think that's something I'd like to see tested out in the next few games. Yeah, I do think it's quite interesting. I mean, it's just narrative, isn't it, really, how Tavernier took the flap for this game and not Crooks for missing the 2 big chances, or Paddy McNair for scuffing the clearance. Ultimately, those players weren't awful. I think Crooks and Jones, like I say, combined really well down the right-hand side and helped create most of our danger. I think McNair looked pretty solid at the back for the whole game until he scuffed that clearance. Good finish by Sam Gallagher, by the way. Fair play. Anyone having to go at Lumley for that? Sort yourself out. Go through Fry's legs and then right in the corner. And he's not really expecting McNair to miss the clearance. Shut up. Yeah, so be interested to see if Pajero comes in. because I think he's only played, 6 minutes under Wilder, which isn't really what we were expecting. But Crooks has been undroppable recently. I don't know. I don't know if Wilder will see that as a droppable offence. Missing those 2 chances, seeing as his actual general play was all right. His general attacking play anyway was decent. And what he provides as an aerial threat as well. By the way, this bar over here, that's attacking momentum. Be nice if... Good badges, those. I love those club badges. I believe we're the bottom one, because I believe the blue is normally the away team. Oh, well, there we are, yes. So on the attacking momentum chart, we're the better of the game. There you go. That's something to look at. Enjoy that, viewers. A nice little graphic in the corner there. Let's go back to my notes, though. So I've written that we were dominating possession. We were, 68% overall. Also noted Kadra on that right-hand side, where technically one of the strikers, but if you look on the positions, what have I done? If you look on the average positions, he was pretty much there. He was pretty much one of the strikers. He's kind of... They were basically playing split strikers, but Gallagher would drop in and Kadra would go in beyond, which is how we want to play, but we didn't. Yeah, so he was looking a threat, but he was causing a lot of danger with his pace. But equally, I think he was too quick for his teammates a lot of the time, and his end product wasn't really there. I've noticed, like I said, because probably too quick for his teammates to catch up to him. And so that cross, he was just hoping to find Sam Gallagher. I noted they were sitting off in a kind of... I've written a 5-2-3. It was more of a kind of, what does it say, a 3-4-1-2, yeah, 5-2-1-2, something like that. If you look at the average positions, Niambe, I mean, they kind of did that elbow that gets mentioned a lot, kind of tilted it towards the right with Kadra up there. Niambe just on Taylor's toes, really, not letting him get in there. And then Jones as well. They've got these two there sitting in. You'd imagine this man here, number 4, Bradley Johnson, I think that is, coming in here a lot to help out, to pretty good effect, really. That side, I think Jones had like 10 touches, half an hour in. How many touches did Jones have overall? So considering he is probably our key attacking outlet right now. He had 56 in the end. I wish we could see how many he had first half, because a lot of those were definitely second half. Yeah, 2 key passes though from Jonesy. Oh boy. What else have I got here? Oh, the penalty shout. I don't know if it is a penalty. I'm going to stick my neck out here. I don't think it is, but I think it very easily could have been if Jones doesn't get his foot out the way. Like, the way he's gone in is dangerous. Eden is pretty much off the floor. If Jones's foot doesn't move out the way, that could be bad. I don't know. Maybe I need to have another look at it. I don't think it was a penalty, because I don't think he makes contact, really. But like I say, if Jones doesn't get out of the way of that could be really bad. But yeah, late in the first half, I wrote he was getting more involved. He was getting a couple runs at Eden than he was. He grew into the game, Isaiah Jones. Really slow start. I think because they were marshalling him pretty well. Eden, as you can see, their wing backs are right on the toes of ours. Niambe right on Taylor, and Eden right on Jones as well, with the number 16, which is, what is that, Van Heck, or is that's Scott Wharton? Yeah, he's quite far over as well. Just really covered that side. Now, to start the second half, we were much better. Jones was a lot more involved in the game, and that's why, because he is different gravy. 62nd minute, it was the Crooks header cleared off the line, that first big chance. Who was it who made the big... Oh, it was Tav, yeah. So, shut up. Anyone criticising Tav? Right, I won't have it. I won't have it. And then 75th minute, that Blackburn goal. McNair missing the ball in an attempt to clear it. Just not what we'd expect from Paddy McNair at all. Just misses the ball. Shouts for offside. I don't know. People claiming he touched it. People claiming he didn't. I think without VAR, it was never going to get overturned. Obviously, because there's no VAR. If he was offside, it was marginal, and it was, if he doesn't touch it, I'm not having to go at the linesman for that. I can see why he hasn't flagged it. I think if he had flagged it, there'd be more outrage from the Blackburn fans if he had flagged it than outrage from us for him not, if you get what I mean. But it was a very good finish from him, though. Like I said, can't really have a go at Lumley for that. He's not expecting McNair to miss kick the ball, well, to not kick it at all. and then it goes through a pair of legs as well. So, and as you can see from this wonderfully placed football, it was right in the corner. Speaking of Joe Lumley, I saw someone saying they want him dropped or something like that. I thought, weird for this to be the game that you're asking. I mean, some people will be asking for every game, but 2 runs out of the box, both of them successful. I remember them both. I believe they were both Cadra getting in behind, and Lumley just quick off his line gets to it. Decent pass act, 61%. You know, it's not horrendous. That's not ideal. 21 long balls and 5 successful. But I think for this to be the game that you having a go at Lumley, I don't really understand it. He's definitely had much worse games for us. I think he was reasonably solid today. Like I say, I don't think he had much of a chance with the goal, and I think his starting position for a couple of those 2 times he had to come out of the goal, I think that was very good. So I think Lumley was all right. Then late on, we were camped right on their line. I'm not going to move all the defenders forward, but we were camped in their half really after that goal. Much better. Balogun came on, was right up there. 89 minutes. Tav threaded a lovely ball into Sporar, who cut inside his man and got clipped. And I think it shouts for a red card for Wharton because he was already he wasn't already on a yellow. Sorry, it was possibly a clear goal scoring opportunity, not given. Fair enough. Then Connolly had a chance on the 97th minute, but there was a fan in the crowd who needed urgent medical attention. That's why there was this much added time. It has come out that the fan is in a stable condition. So best wishes to whoever it was who needed that urgent medical attention. I'm glad you're okay, pal. Wish you all the best. But yeah, 97th minute, brilliant football down that right hand side again, comes into Connolly and he blazes it wide. Yeah. And then 101st minute, literally like last kick of the game, Tav's delivery from free kick out here comes in. Where's Matty Crooks? I'm not moving everyone to the box, but Matty Crooks gets free, heads it, kind of about here. Let's bring the football back, and it just kind of goes over like that. We'll put it back in our net. Yeah. Game of fine margins. I don't know if I've already said it in this video. I've said it to friends. I think if McNair doesn't scuff that clearance, I don't see them scoring. In fact, I think we win that if McNair doesn't scuff that clearance. At the very least, I think we come away with a point. But that's football, isn't it? That's why we love it. Sometimes it goes our way, sometimes it goes theirs. Just those little things, if you remember the Blackpool game, Jones got the assist for Watmore in the 95th minute or something like that.